Hey, how's everything going? It's Stephanie, and welcome back to The Manipulated Mind, the space where we uncover what people secretly want, but hardly ever admit out loud. Now, let me ask you something honest for a moment. Have you ever just sat alone late at night, wondering what are the naughty little things girls actually wish guys would do? You think you know, but believe me, you probably don't. Because what women say and what they truly crave are often two totally different things. And before I go any further, let me warn you, this one's going to get real, intense, and maybe a little too honest. In fact, the reason this video feels so personal is because I didn't even want my post-production team to see how excited I might get explaining this. So if you want to understand what really turns women on, not just physically, but psychologically, then stay till the end, because I'll also reveal how you can build that type of connection where she not only desires you, but chases you. Oh, and before we jump in, if you never want to miss another deep dive into human attraction, desire, and psychology, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's get started. 7 dirty things girls secretly wish guys did. So here's the deal. In my last video, we talked about what women wish men understood about intimacy, connection, and that special energy that makes us melt. But this one's about the dark, hidden desires, the fantasies we dream about but rarely confess out loud. And if by the end of this video you realize you're not yet confident enough to go there, or maybe you're still struggling to even get women into that space of attraction or intimacy, don't worry. I've got something powerful for you at the end. So watch closely because every second counts here. All right, let's dive in. There are 7 of these, and believe me, each one is like unlocking a different part of a woman's primal mind. So let's start with the first one. Ass play, the most ignored pleasure zone. Now, I know a lot of guys freeze up when they hear that, but listen carefully. The butt is one of the most nerve-rich areas of the body, especially for women. Even the muscles in the glutes, the gluteus maximus, are packed with nerve endings that react to the slightest touch. So no, I'm not telling you to cross lines or do anything she's uncomfortable with. Never. I'm saying stimulate the area, caress, explore it respectfully. Let me tell you something from a psychological angle. When a woman's arousal builds, her brain wants complete sensory ignition. Every nerve ending, every touch, every contrast between soft and firm becomes part of the experience. So when you rub her back, trace her lower spine, and slide your fingers over her hips, that firm grip or subtle circular motion near her butt can send shivers through her. Why? Because it communicates confidence, control, and masculine grounding. And here's the truth no one tells you. It's not just about physical pleasure, it's about trust. When she lets you explore that zone, it means her body trusts you enough to let go of control. And while no, I'm not saying go inside there, especially if she hasn't clearly said yes, I am saying explore around it. Touch, pressure, temperature. Those sensations unlock layers of primal pleasure she didn't even know she was craving. It's wild how many women admit this secretly. We love that feeling, especially when we're completely aroused. It's raw, it's vulnerable, it's forbidden, and that's exactly why it's powerful. And yes, believe it or not, many women are becoming more open about this now. That's why you see all those memes about eating ass floating around, because women are finally realizing how much they actually enjoy being stimulated there. So if you want her to crave you differently, don't ignore that zone. It's not just physical, it's psychological. The feeling of being touched there awakens her sense of surrender and trust, the 2 strongest emotional triggers of female arousal. Now, before you get too excited, let me make this clear. There's a thin line between confident exploration and reckless intrusion. Always keep communication open. Because when a woman feels both safe and desired, that's when her entire body becomes a canvas for your touch. All right, that was just the first one. And if that already got your attention, wait till you hear what's next. Because the second one, it's something that'll blow your mind. And it's probably something you've never actually done before, but every woman secretly wants you to. So here it is. We'd love it if you just whipped it out during those super romantic moments. Yeah, I said it. And before you freak out, let me explain. See, in the last video, I talked about being more romantic in ways that connect to her love language, whether that's touch, words, or quality time. So picture this. You're out together, the vibe is soft, the chemistry undeniable, and you've made her feel special, safe, wanted, like she's the only woman that exists. The scene is perfect. That's when it happens, that shift from emotional connection to raw attraction. That's the moment she wants to see that you want her back. Because here's the psychological truth. No woman's fantasy ever ends with, "And I hope he never kisses me or touches me." That's not how attraction works. We crave intimacy that has polarity. When we feel adored, valued, and emotionally understood, our minds open. And once our minds open, our bodies follow. That's why makeup sex always feels the most intense. Because in those moments when emotions are charged and connection meets release, it's not just lust. It's reconciliation, power, and energy transforming from conflict into closeness. And that transformation, that instant when you both go from tension to surrender, is when a woman wants you to take her completely. So when she's sitting there, eyes locked, lips parted, heart racing, and you confidently show that you're aroused, that you're not afraid of your desire for her, she feels it deeply. You're communicating something primal. I want you. I choose you. I'm claiming this connection. That's not perversion. That's pure masculine energy in its most authentic form. Now, don't get me wrong. This doesn't mean you should do it in public or out of context. We're not talking about being weird or inappropriate. This is about those right moments when the chemistry is real, the energy aligned, and she feels that spark inside that says, "He wants me right now." That's the moment she'll never forget. 3. Take control, the secret feminine craving. Now, we move to the third one, and this one is wired deep into female psychology. We want you to dominate us, to take control. I don't care how independent, successful, or self-sufficient a woman is, but when it comes to intimacy, nearly every woman wants to feel your masculine power. It's not about aggression, it's about leadership. Because in today's world, women are constantly leading, at work, in life, making decisions, and we carry that weight every single day. But when we're with a man who can lift that weight off us, who leads with strength, confidence, and direction, our entire body relaxes. It's that primal dynamic, masculine direction meets feminine surrender. And it's not just physical, it's psychological safety. It's knowing that in this moment, she doesn't have to think, she only has to feel. So yes, even the most high-powered boss-type women, the ones earning 6 or 7 figures, they secretly want a man who can own the moment in the bedroom. I've talked to girlfriends who are CEOs, lawyers, entrepreneurs, and you'd be shocked at what they tell me. They want to be pinned down, overpowered, to feel your control, your energy, your command. Now, that doesn't mean being disrespectful. It doesn't mean yelling, ordering, or forcing dominance. That's not power. That's insecurity disguised as control. Real dominance is calm, confident, steady. It's when you guide her body with your hands, not your ego. When you tell her what you like, but also listen to what she responds to. When you read her breathing, her movements, her pulse, and you lead her exactly where she wants to go, even if she doesn't say it out loud. That's masculine power, and that's what turns her on more than anything else. If you're enjoying this so far, keep watching till the end. Every part ahead reveals deeper psychological triggers women never admit out loud. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video so more people can learn what's really going on inside the manipulated mind.
See, most men completely misunderstand this part. They think dominance is about being rough, loud, or forceful. But the truth is, it's all about energy. When your presence says, "I've got you, you're safe here, you can let go," that's when a woman's walls crumble. That's when attraction turns into addiction. And we're only 3 in, but the next one is something that every woman secretly wants to hear, even though most men get it wrong. Because they believe it's about what you say, when in reality, it's about how you make her feel when you say it. 4. Dirty talk, the art of psychological seduction. This one is simple, but it's what separates the men she forgets from the ones she can't stop thinking about. Now, I've mentioned this before, but let's go deeper. Because so many guys think dirty talk just means saying the nastiest words possible, like it's straight out of some cheap adult video. But no, that's not what it's about. Real dirty talk isn't about being vulgar. It's about being intentional. It's about knowing her specific triggers. See, every woman has her own emotional code, a combination of tones, phrases, and rhythms that awaken her desire. For one woman, it might be when you whisper how amazing she feels. For another, it could be when you describe exactly what you're going to do, slowly, confidently, like you've imagined it 1,000 times. It's not about the words, it's about the emotion behind them. Let me tell you something real. Me and my cousin were talking about this once, and I told her, you know what? It doesn't matter if he says it every time. If it's that one thing I love to hear, I want to hear it again and again. And she looked at me and said, that's funny because I'm the same way, but the opposite. I want to hear my version every time. See what that means? Every woman has that one line, that specific phrase that switches her brain from curious to craving. That's why the one man who mastered dirty talk with me wasn't the loudest or the wildest. He was the most observant. He noticed every reaction, every breath, every tiny shiver, and learned exactly what drove me crazy. Then he repeated that same phrase every single time, and it never got old. Because every time he said it, my mind instantly remembered how he made me feel. And that's what dirty talk really is. It's not about saying something explicit, it's about saying something that's both sexual and emotional at the same time. It's about creating a loop in her brain that says, every time he says this, I lose control. So don't copy what you hear in movies or adult scenes. That kind of talk feels empty, detached, robotic. Instead, pay attention. Notice how her breathing shifts when you whisper something. Listen to the sound she makes the second time you say it. That's her body saying, yes, that's it. Learn her language. And once you do, you can be the best she's ever had, not because you say dirty things, but because you say the right things. Every woman wants to feel desired in a way that feels personal, not generic. And that's what true dirty talk is, psychological seduction. 5. The pain-pleasure principle. Why we secretly want you to hurt us just a little. Now, let's move into number 5, and this one is probably the most misunderstood, yet the most powerful. We want you to hurt us just a little. Now, before you panic or take it the wrong way, let me explain. This isn't about violence, anger, or losing control. It's about psychological chemistry, the deep connection between pain and pleasure that's been in human wiring for centuries. See, when a woman reaches a heightened state of arousal, her body can't fully distinguish between pain and pleasure. At that point, her brain interprets intensity as ecstasy. That's why many women say things like, "It hurts, but don't stop," or "That feels so good, it almost hurts." Because biologically, our bodies merge those sensations into one emotional high. It's not just about the body, it's about surrender, about trust, about feeling completely consumed in the moment. I once had a girlfriend who liked it rough, really rough, to the point where she'd leave with marks, scratches, bruises, and she absolutely loved it. Now, does that mean every woman wants that? Of course not. This is about understanding her unique version of it. Maybe for her, hurt me means biting her shoulder. Maybe it means gripping her hair or holding her wrists firmly. Maybe it's just the pressure of your hand on her throat, not to choke, but to remind her that she's yours in that instant. It's about energy, not violence. It's about depth, about contrast, the blend of gentle affection and raw intensity. Because when a woman feels that controlled power, her mind switches into submission and her body naturally follows. Here's the psychology behind it. When tension builds, pleasure expands. When her body feels a bit of resistance, a little push, or a light struggle, her adrenaline spikes, and that rush, combined with oxytocin and dopamine, creates a chemical cocktail of pure euphoria. That's why she moans louder when you pull her hair, why she grips you tighter when you press her against the wall. It's not about pain, it's about surrender. So yes, we want it, but we want it the way that feels right for us. Your job is to read her, communicate, and lead. Because when you do, that's when she lets go. Body, mind, and soul. Take a breath, because the next one completely flips the script. Up until now, it's been about what you do to her, but what's coming next is about what she'll do for you when you finally learn how to make her earn it. If you've made it this far, trust me, the next parts reveal psychological secrets that most men will never hear anywhere else. So keep watching till the very end, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video from the manipulated mind, because what's coming next is even deeper.
6. Make her work for it. The secret of psychological addiction. And now we're at number 6. And this is where almost every man fails, not because he doesn't get it, but because he's too afraid to use it. So listen carefully. Just like you don't want a woman who's too easy, we also don't want a man who's too available. Read that again. Deep down, women are wired to value what we earn. When something or someone is too accessible, our brain stops registering it as valuable. It starts to feel ordinary. But when we have to work for it, when we need to prove ourselves for your attention, your energy, your affection, that's when the chase begins. It's psychology. The brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that drives addiction, not from getting what we want, but from anticipating it. So when you make her wait, when you tease her, when you make her wonder if she's done enough to earn your time, your touch, your body, you're creating her psychological addiction to you. Now, let's make this real. When she's kissing you, touching you, wanting you, don't give in too fast. Pull back, smirk. Whisper something like, "Not yet. You're not ready for it." Then watch her reaction. Her mind will explode with questions. Why not? What do I need to do? Is he really going to make me wait? That's the power of mystery and restraint. You're teaching her that your attention, your presence, your energy are not free. They have to be earned. That's not arrogance. It's value. Because when you hold back, when you become selective, she suddenly realizes something important. You're not like the rest. You're a man of control, and women find control irresistible. So yes, make her work for it. Make her earn your energy, your time, and your touch. Because when you do, she'll invest more emotion, more desire, and more passion than she ever has before. And that's when she's yours. Not from obligation, but from obsession. 7. The final one. Come on to us. Now we reach number 7, and this one is raw, honest, and primal. You ready? We want you to come on to us. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It turns us on to see you turned on. We love seeing the effect we have on you. The way your voice drops, your pupils widen, the tension building in your body when you want us. But here's what most men don't understand. Before we want to see that side of you, we first need to feel a connection. We have to know that your desire comes from respect, not desperation, from confidence, not pressure. So, imagine this. You're sitting together, having a deep talk, both of you laughing, your hands brushing slightly. The air is heavy with chemistry. She's looking at you with that spark, and in that moment, you lean closer, and without saying a word, she feels your intent. That's what we crave. Not random lust, but focused desire. Now, don't twist this. This doesn't mean doing something inappropriate or crossing boundaries. That's not confidence, that's creepy. What I'm talking about is masculine presence, the kind that says, I want you, I'm not ashamed of it, and I'll show you when the time is right. That confidence is magnetic because women are emotional but also visual, physical, and deeply intuitive. We can sense when a man's energy shifts from passive to assertive. And when that happens, when we feel safe, connected, and desired, that's when we want you to take the next step. So, yes, when the vibe feels right, when she's into you, when there's trust, laughter, and genuine comfort, go ahead, whip it out. Show her that she turns you on. Because we absolutely love knowing the power we have over you. It makes us feel feminine, alive, and wanted. But remember, connection first. Because desire without connection feels creepy, but connection mixed with desire feels divine. And never be ashamed of wanting a woman. There's nothing weak about that. What makes it powerful is when your desire is paired with respect. That's the balance every high-value man has to master. The mindset shift. Now, if you've listened this far and you're thinking, Stephanie, I get it, but I don't know if I have the confidence to do all this, I've got you. Because everything we just talked about, dominance, control, attraction, desire, all of it begins in your mind. If you're still thinking, I don't want to be too forward, or what if she rejects me, then you're operating from a scarcity mindset, not one of power. That's exactly why I've created a free masterclass linked below. It'll help you reprogram the way you think about attraction and connection. You'll learn how to shift from being the man who hopes she likes him to the man she can't stop thinking about. Because once you understand that women actually want this and realize that these dynamics aren't manipulative but magnetic, you'll begin to attract effortlessly. That's when she starts to admire you, when you stop chasing and start choosing. So go out there and get as wild, as real, and as emotionally deep as you both desire. Because when you mix passion, respect, and psychology, that's when connection becomes unforgettable. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And I'll see you in the next one, where we'll go even deeper into the mind of attraction, power, and emotional control, right here on The Manipulated Mind.